It's the best of Rick and Bubba on Turner South's King Size Christmas.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
How you like it?
Hey, where were you guys? First of all, I see this big, huge truck when I pull in the parking lot here. The Rick and Bubba truck.
Yeah.
The mobile assault broadcast vehicle. Isn't she sweet?
Yeah, she's so
That's awesome. Now, where are you guys? I got this picture over here.
Yeah.
What racetrack is that?
That is Talladega.
You're at Talladega.
We were the
addressing
grand
crowd.
marshals of the last race,
Really?
and our truck got to take a lap around the track, and then we got to tell everybody to start their engine. So that was huge.
That crowd is enormous.
Yes.
And they're all Rick and Bubba
It's
fans.
a small city. I mean, it really is. I mean,
It's really a big city if you think about it.
City. Yeah.
Another race this weekend in Talladega, so they'll be piled in there again. And we,
That's awesome.
when we were in the pace car,
Yeah.
which getting in, and you look behind you and you see the field of 42 cars
Right.
roaring behind you. That to me was unforgettable.
The entire pit crews, the safety crews, they all come out and salute on the first lap, and I mean it is unreal.
By the way, it's great to be in your home turf. You've been in my home turf enough. Except for you don't come.
Well,
what's the matter? You don't. I figured it had to be Alan Combs. It had nothing to do with me.
Well, what I figured is would it be possible for me to get in Alan Combs' presence and not get in a fisticuff? I mean, I'm from Calhoun County.
How do you do it, Sean, every night?
That is the most frequently asked question I get about Alan Combs. How do you sit there night after night and not hit him? It's amazing people think like that, isn't it?
It is.
And you met him. You know he's a nice guy.
He is, and I'm going to tell you, I enjoyed sitting in and watching the TV show.
Right.
Because I had never been in a studio where the camera people got to dog the talent.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
they're all concerned. They're going, hey, Alan, what are you thinking? And he's having to debate them during the
Did
break.
you see our show in Detroit before?
Yeah,
I did.
Yes.
Man, we were rocking. I don't think there were 5 liberals in that audience.
You know, it was funny
It
'cause
was all our crowd.
Alan would say something, you'd hear, and then you go, well, I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
The place went crazy.
Did you love the live show, the immediate feedback?
I love it. Well, that's what's been fun. You and I have talked. I've been on this book tour, and I see people and meet people. And people, first thing you said, are you tired? And I'm really not, because you meet people. This is America, greatest gift God gave man, and ever. And, to be out and to meet people and say hi and shake their hand. And, I have a lot of good things, I think, what I say in this book. So we're out there Hannitizing the whole wide world. We already Hannitized Rick and Bubba.
Come on.
Well, we're fired up. As you know, I usually get up and put a tie and a shirt on every morning.
You do not put I was stunned to see that tie around that neck.
Well, here was the thing.
We had a debate this morning, and we couldn't decide if you were coming casual or dressed up. And I see you're in between.
I'm in between.
You're ready to go with your tie.
I got a tie in the bag because they got this TV thing I got to run over and do for a few minutes. But after that,
Back
I'm
again.
all yours.
Well, you could call them now and say, well, I didn't realize Rick and Bubba are on TV and radio. I've done both. I think I understand where I'm at.
I can say that. First of all, I got to thank you guys. I know you have been very instrumental in making today's event sold out, packed. Apparently, there are thousands of people that wanted to come to this event today because of you all, and I want to say thanks. You guys are good friends. I just need to know, in the restaurant, did I get my burger?
Yes, you did.
Wait till you hear the ad later in the show.
Well, next.
Oh.
The ad's coming up in the next commercial break.
Can I read it?
Well, we could.
We make it up. That's the
We'll
problem.
make it up.
as we go.
Make it up as
That's
you
the
go?
problem. That's just to look like I have coffee to make the salespeople happy.
Oh, okay.
But I rarely use the
Now, what
coffee.
is it? This whole thing is on TV now?
Yeah.
Yes, we're on Turner South.
Turner
all over
South.
the Southeast, 6 million homes.
Oh, boy. In the morning?
Yeah.
Where's my makeup?
Yeah, you're looking sharp today.
No. Well, on TV, they always, cake up on that pancake
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Well, see, we told them that, too, and they said, no, we want you to be who you are. And I said, oh, so shiny? And so we come on here, like we are. But the thing, Bubba, the reason why I'm dressed the way I am, we got into a discussion. This has been very important because you guys, which was incredible, rolled out the red carpet for Ryan and Bubba when they came up. And he said, Sean, when he gets here, it must be perfect. Everything must be.
No.
And I said, and then he said to me, Rick, don't embarrass me when Sean gets here. And I said, well, I went last night, got me a new shirt and a new tie. And
That's a new shirt and a new tie.
Yeah, I got it
for this.
I got it last night.
I walked in on Rick in the bathroom this morning. He was reading the book.
Yeah.
He was about halfway through. I said, way to go, Rick. You're getting there. Come on, here we go.
Well, the thing being with us is so easy because we agree with everything you say. So there's really...
You want me to call Alan at home and see if we can, start a little
really,
trouble?
Sean, you may find this scary. You're probably a little more to the middle than we are. So, I mean, we make Ronnie look like a moderate
Is that
sometimes.
right?
So
Oh, you're not that. You're not. Now, you had fun when you all were in New York.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hang out in Rush's studio.
Oh, yeah. But look behind you. There's the golden microphone right there behind
Oh,
you.
you did get, all right. You got a good shot with that.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Bubba's doing his character Dippin' Dan right there. The guy who's always got a dip in his mouth.
Yeah. You're not dipping, are you?
No,
Are you a dipper?
No. I just eat a lot, as you can tell.
Well, we got to talk about the restaurant later.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
You
coming
didn't
up.
call my wife and wake her up this morning, did you?
No, we did not.
Did you know that you also made our new CD that's coming out?
I did not know
Did
that.
James didn't pass it along to you?
Well, we got a
Oh, wait
copy
minute,
of it in there.
I think he did when Kitty called in.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you. Yeah.
and then we tried to call your house, and we talked to Flora.
That made it.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's on there.
I haven't heard that one yet. I gotta.
Yes.
When's the
get
new
you a
CD?
copy.
We got a
I got
copy.
a copy?
Yeah, we'll get.
All right, I'll trade you a book for. Here we go.
We got you covered on that. And the book is basically Did you hear the call? I don't know if you guys were in the automobile yet. A guy called and claimed he just delivered to a wholesale book place 9,100 copies of your book that somebody had bought on eBay or Amazon.com.
9,100 of them.
9,000. He said I delivered them myself. Hannity's book 9,100 of them.
Now, that's a fan.
That's
one
a
order.
fan. From one order. When did he
That's what
order them?
said.
I got somebody at some company is getting a Christmas present this year. This guy says, "Get them a Hannity's book, 9,000 of them."
And well, I'll sign them if they bring them down. Come on down.
We'll be back in a moment with the best of Rick and Bubba on a king-size Christmas on Turner South.
To know, how does it feel to be the most liberal man in the studio? This must be a reversal for you.
That is role reversal. Well, where are you more conservative than me?
Well, you know, Shaw, we're pretty close. I mean, we're probably a little more aggressive on military action than you are. And
So you're talking about nuking Iraq?
Sure.
Yes.
Why not? Look,
Yes.
the way I see it,
Yeah.
if we had used nuclear weapons in Korea,
Right.
They're serious about it.
And
my dad was in World War II. He was in the Philippines, in the Pacific Theater. He was scheduled to go to the mainland, and they'd already told him, hey, most of you ain't coming back. You're doing it for your moms and your
girlfriends. What do you think of Baghdad McDermott and Baghdad Bonnier?
To me, that is treason.
Don't get us started.
I'm sitting there listening. They're calling our president a liar.
I couldn't believe it.
While they're there on the soil of a guy that has slaughtered 1.5 million people, instead of lecturing him about abiding by the ceasefire agreement, that's what they do. I could
Sean, and don't understand, and I know you're this way too.
Yeah.
We're okay with disagreement. We're okay with discussing it. That's what America's all about.
Right.
But to me, when you go on their soil and start that, and they were leading them around town. It looked like a market they were looking at.
And then they professed they've been there 4 hours, and they started telling us how there are no nuclear weapons here. Saddam's really a good guy. You've got to give him another opportunity.
Stop it.
The guy,
I mean, I'm really,
he lied to us for 12 long years. And I want to know, what is it about liberals that they're so gullible that they actually think this guy's going to be a good guy now?
Well, that's the thing. I think they try to judge people based on how they want to be and their neighbor and the people they work with. They don't understand these people have no concept of reality like we do. None of them do. Well, I mean, you can't teach them Sunday school is what I'm saying. It's a whole nother world.
When you put it in historical perspective, and I'm not plugging the book, but I put this in there.
Sure.
I love Reagan. Reagan was like the greatest president of all time. No, you guys, I'll hold up your hamburger when it comes in. Will you stop?
Here, Sean, you talk. Look, and I'm going to
Sean, you just go ahead and talk.
All right, there it is. So, anyway.
Look, I added a little something to the bottom.
Look, there's 3D, Bubba. Look, I've got the front, you got the back.
Wait, where'd you get the for president sign?
You like that? That was a little add-on we did.
You put a little add-on?
We'll have to talk about that.
Look, are these your cheerleaders?
Well, we haven't come in.
Every now and then, we thought we'd welcome you to Birmingham.
No, come on. What are those cheerleaders doing here?
Well, they're here to cheer.
Come on, hey,
They were going to do a Hannity cheer, and they couldn't decide how many N's were in your name. It was hey, huh?
Y'all come on in and give us a little cheer. This is Sean Hannity, Spain Park.
No, everybody in. Now, they're really cheerleaders.
Yes, they really are.
And you brought them here for us?
Sure, for a little enthusiasm.
Is that why you're here?
Kind of, sort of.
I think they kind of got caught up in the all right, so we're all cheerleaders. All right, now, I want you to do a Rick and Bubba cheer. Ready?
Are y'all ready? Just do some cheer you do and then put Rick and Bubba in it.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8.
How about a quick 2 bits off of Rick and Bubba stand up and holler?
All right, now, you all ready?
All right, here we go.
All right, now, hang on. Ready? Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2 bits, 4 bits, hey, 6 bits, $1. All for dinner.
They're so used to doing it for the school, they couldn't break out.
Now, can I ask you?
They even had to shorten Jaguars to Jag. Jaguars don't even work. Thank you.
You forgot Rick and Bubba. Now say Rick and Bubba.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, there you go.
Good morning. See you, ladies.
Now, next time when you bring cheerleaders, you got to get ones your own age. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Well, that was the thing. You should see. It's a new high school. It looks like a college campus.
Beautiful.
It is an unbelievable high school.
Where's that?
It's a Spain Park. It's over in the Hoover area.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. It's a new high school. They just built it. Facilities are unbelievable.
You know, but getting back to these people. All right, so I was going to say, here's Reagan. I love Reagan.
Sure.
That's my president. This guy had the American spirit. You got a picture of him, too?
I got a little.
You guys have pictures of everybody.
Sure. Well, that's
so Reagan
that's
says,
how we stay in
I'm
business.
going to end the Cold War.
How about this shot of Reagan?
Oh,
too?
my gosh,
Is
look at
not
that
one
one.
of the best
That's
ever?
going to bring tears to your eyes
Just hold
right
it.
there.
You don't hold it next to you.
Yeah, hold it next to
That's going to bring tears to your eyes right
Look
there.
at that, Ronnie.
Well, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Look at that. Gosh.
And then what do we get after Reagan? We get, I did not have sexual relations with that little slut not one time.
Right. Well, I didn't know you did such a good Clinton.
That's not bad.
Very good. And you just unannounced. That's what I like.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Well, no, Bill Clinton. If you want to do a good Bill Clinton, all you got to do is start lying through your teeth.
Oh,
This is our Bill. Anytime we do Bill Clinton, this is our thing.
Give him a little bit of ears, Rick.
Hey, how y'all doing?
No, that's pretty good.
Them cheerleaders, where they go? They come in here and let them shake the hand of the former lady of the free world. How you doing? Oh, I dropped something.
All right, I'm not doing mine. Yours is better than mine. My favorite Bill Clinton line, well, we're alone. I never really thought we were alone because there's always somebody else out there in the world, you know. This guy's unbelievable.
I really miss him because it made our job very easy.
I say that all the time. There's a really sick, twisted side of us in broadcasting that is we're going to miss that guy. Because he's
the guy we all went to college with, but you didn't want him to run the free world.
No, you didn't want him to run. I mean, you maybe when you're young, you know, you can go to Rick and Bubba's restaurant.
You hang out on the weekend with him, you know, but you don't really want to stay with him during the week.
Right.
You know, he'll get you in trouble.
Like,
that guy,
exactly.
Like where I'm from, Mike Brunson was president for 8 years.
Sure.
The guy
Where are you guys from? I need to ask that. And how long have you all been together?
We're both from Calhoun County, Alabama.
I'm from Jacksonville.
And
You're from Jacksonville?
And I'm from Oxford.
You're from Oxford.
If you go from here to Atlanta, Oxford's about halfway.
Now, you can't tell by my accent, but you know I'm from Alabama.
Well, you started in Huntsville.
My radio career began in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes.
I'm still on in Huntsville and Birmingham.
And we are
Montgomery.
too. And we are
you
too.
guys are too.
Yes.
And your wife is from Montgomery. Her folks settled there.
Oh, boy. My wife was wondering if you were going to bring her up today.
Well, of course, yeah.
I'm teasing.
Your wife.
And my wife's here somewhere.
Where's your wife? I want to meet her.
Yeah, there's.
She is?
Betty,
come here.
Betty's out in the hall there.
The blonde?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man.
Did good, huh?
You did good.
13 years. How about that?
No, we're married almost 10 years. Is that you? How old
The
are you?
lovely Betty Lou.
Yeah, there she is.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, the babysitter's watching right now.
Is he like this at home?
He is.
He really is. God bless his heart. God bless him more if he married you. So he's in good shape.
You know, Sean, anybody can marry down, but if you marry up, salesmanship, you know?
Is that what that is?
Sean, you know, we're talking about Reagan, and then we just...
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
It was something about...
All right, so Reagan, here's Reagan.
We got into Clinton, and that took us into women, and it led to Betty. So there we go.
Well, you're not leaving. She can stay. All right, so here's Reagan. Reagan had courage. Reagan had vision. Reagan looked at the Soviet Union and all their expansionism, and he looked at Czechoslovakia and Hungary and Bulgaria, and he looked at a whole country of people being brainwashed and oppressed, and they had the lowest standard of living in the industrialized world, and he saw the nuclear weapons pointed at us, and he called them what they were. He said, this is an evil empire. And so he set out to destroy it because he understood that you got to destroy evil in the world. And he, deployed missiles in Europe. He pursued SDI. He built up our nation's defenses. He said, well, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
What a great speech.
What a great speech.
What a great speech.
Courage.
Called him on it.
And if you go back and look at the quotes of liberals in America at the time, they were saying that he was going to start World War III.
Sure.
Well, he ended the Cold War at the same time in May of 1983. Daschle, Gephardt, and Gore, they were voting for a nuclear freeze. These people on the left, they don't get it. They didn't get it in the 80s. They didn't get it in 1990 when we needed the use of force resolution after this guy invaded an innocent country and was raping and pillaging that country. They wanted to abolish the CIA. And the point that I make is they don't get it today. I mean, those guys that went over there and were offering aid and comfort to our enemies, It's mind-boggling.
I love they go over there and they go on a tour and they come out and say, there's nothing here.
They were there 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, Sean, what they don't realize, too, and I'm a firm believer in this, freedom is a lease. We have to keep paying it. It's never going to be...
That's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it.
They think you can pull, you know, we've spent this on that, we're done with it, we can go and do other things. Every generation will have to pay that
never
price.
paid for.
And now it's our generation's turn. I mean, you don't wake up in the morning and turn on Rick and Bubba and go, I'm free, I live in freedom. You don't do that. You know, you shovel coffee down your throat, you get your kids off to school, you go to work, you put in your 14 hours a day. But when you do have a moment of reflection and you think about it, America is the exception. We are not the rule. You look at the way most people live in the world, we have the greatest standard of living in the industrialized world, and we have the ability, you know, to come on Rick and Bubba, throw a few opinions around here. Most people don't have that luxury. And if we don't preserve, protect, and defend it, if we don't defeat evil, and I mean aggressively pursue these animals that don't respect human life and destroy them, they will ultimately seek to destroy us.
We'll be back in a moment with the best of Rick and Bubba on a king-size Christmas on Turner South.
Soccer practice this afternoon.
So she's playing it back.
Soccer practice.
What an incredible...
Wow, what a good one.
Back over the net.
Sean,
Wait a minute. I'm missing this.
Okay,
This is over my head.
Okay,
We
two
got
things
it, we
here.
got it.
We'll bring
Yeah.
you up to speed on. We've got to take these phone calls. These people
Yeah.
are going to kill us.
All right.
Rick, you got to give directions again. And by the way, the people in the hall are telling me Sammy's is a good reference point. Okay, that's
unfortunately.
Yeah,
All
yes.
right,
And by the way, have you been to Sammy's?
no.
no. But
Yeah.
No, it is just a landmark, Sean.
Uh-huh. I heard about it.
We call it the Valley Avenue Ballet.
yes,
Yeah. Does that place do a booming business?
Yeah, sure.
Probably not a good place for two Southern Baptists and a good Catholic to show up that week. So you know, but if we were there, maybe trying to help some people out in the parking lot.
Passing
Yeah, you'd
out
be
tracts.
helping. You'd be, you know,
Yeah, you know,
helping to
Baptists,
educate them.
Oh yeah, you know, Baptists, we're pretty aggressive. We'll bring tracks in there.
Hey,
and
when I
everything.
was in Huntsville, one of the
Or a
biggest
covered dish.
That's right.
one of the biggest controversies when I was there was when they were putting this place in Huntsville called Jimmy's Lounge. And I had to go down and do research and interview the girls. It was, you know, tough duty. I had to do it.
Well, you know,
Well,
what,
you
but you did it for the people. You did it for the people.
I did it because, yeah.
Because it's a free country.
Sean,
Yeah.
here's the thing. When I
Yeah.
came back from New York,
Yeah.
I told Rick,
Well,
I
should I
said,
give directions first?
yeah, give directions. And I'll tell
Have you ever been on a private jet before?
Yes.
Oh, and that's
All right.
that's the only way to
Was
travel.
it a jet or was it a prop we went on? Turbojet, maybe.
I think
You got a private jet?
Yeah. And
Oh, wow.
What is Coca-Cola's? Is
Can
it
I
a
just
turbo
say,
prop.
here's the deal. So we're going to get on a plane this afternoon after I do my radio show. And then we're going to go to Houston. We'll do an event there. And then we're going to red-eye it to Vegas. And you have like a good 20 hours in Vegas to go do whatever you want to do. And I'm going to pick up your hotel room.
Wow!
And
Woody's back in the studio.
One other thing.
We need another mic over here for Woody.
I will pick up all your meals.
Sean, just stop. You're too nice. See, when I came back from New York,
Yeah.
I told Rick, I said, no, Rick, you don't. He was like, well, was everything good? I said, you don't understand. Sean, he just rolled out the red carpet. I mean, he tried to get me on a flight with you going back home. You were even calling in commercial breaks during the show.
He's very aggressive,
And I told Rick that, and he thought I was nuts. He said, you're stalking him, aren't you?
Yeah, I want to be sure that.
I said, he's just nice, Rick. I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
want Bubba to come in too hot.
I want him to come and have like the weekend of his life. You come. I mean, when you come back Monday, you're going to have 100 stories to tell when you get back from Vegas. Hey, there's a whole crowd out here. Don't you think Bubba ought to come with me to Vegas? Open the door. Everybody,
Look at they're all nodding their heads.
Hey, everybody come on in here.
Everybody, come in.
We got to hear from the people because they have the pulse of what's happening in America.
They have the power.
I want to take Bubba with me because we're going to Houston and we're going to Vegas and we're offering him a free ride on a plane and we're offering him a free hotel room. And I'll even give you a little gambling money if that helps. I'm going to give him $100. Should he go?
Yeah. They said they'll go in his place.
Listen, my wife won't have a problem with Bubba. My wife's going to have a problem with you. And my wife's listening right now in Montgomery, Alabama, so I'm in trouble.
On 96.1.
That's right. That's right.
So if you're coming here today, if you know where Virginia College is, you just keep going up the hill, get to the T, turn left with the first building on the right.
When am I going to get an answer? You have to.
Sean, I've got to tell you why I've got a quag here, okay? And
this is going to make you physically sick.
We believe soccer is a communist plot.
No, soccer's like a girl's sport.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
My son plays ice hockey, football, baseball.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Will you please tell that to my wife behind you? Sean, here's what happened.
It's exercise. That's how they
John,
get it.
he's 4 years old. Okay, he's 4 years old.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, and I wanted to have a rule that you cannot play any organized sport before you're old enough to be able to wipe yourself in the bathroom.
Amen.
I just thought that was a
How
good
old is
rule of thumb for, well, you know,
About time.
Yeah, we're kind of, you know,
My son's about 4. My son's going to be 4 too.
we're hit and miss at that point.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Daddy, I'm finished.
Betty.
Daddy, I'm finished.
Betty,
You got it.
Betty wanted to play soccer, and we call them the answer because they're, you know,
They haven't
they're
answered
very,
everything.
I mean, they're
Right.
they're a lot
Here's
like
what
the left,
soccer's
you know?
doing. Here's what soccer's doing. It's very left. This is so you dealing with liberals. What they do is they swoop in. They know in the southeastern United States, if you try to go against football, you'll never win.
Right.
So what they do is they try to get them young. They go, well, he's only 4. He can't play football yet. He's
Exercise.
Can I
not
tell you, my
coordinated
wife,
enough. It'll be good
and I had a big
exercise.
fight about this recently because I played ice hockey as a kid. And to play ice hockey, what I like about it is this world is tough. And you got to teach your kids to be tough.
Gotta be tough.
You got to be able to deal with adversity. You got to be able to take a few hits. And football and ice hockey teach you that. So my son, I started skating at a very young age, so I started putting him on skates last winter, and I would take him and give him lessons. He was actually getting pretty good. He was only 3 years old. So now he's going to be 4 this year, so we set it up so he's going to go to skating, hockey, quote, hockey lessons. And the teacher wanted to put figure skates on.
Oh, my gosh.
And I said to my wife, over my dead body. And she did not understand what I meant by he's either going to use real hockey skates or he's not going to play.
See, you and I have just went through this, and I'm so proud to say, and I think I'm proud of you, and I think you'd be proud of me, because the women are, they're in charge of the children, they're making decisions, but it's our job to step in, especially when it comes to the boys.
When there's a foul.
When there's a foul.
There's a big foul here.
My son was enrolled without me knowing in a dance class.
No way.
And I forbid it.
That's World War III in my house.
No, I went into the studio and removed him from it.
Good for I would have
Pulled
done
his
the
little
same thing.
tutu off and carried him out.
Jerked his tutu off of him, and we walked out of there.
We'll be back in a moment with the best of Rick and Bubba on a...
When Sean Hannity invited us to come to Washington, D.C., we thought it was just him going to do his show there, and then Hannity and Combs from there. We find out that it's actually today, what is it called, Bubba? Radio Days, or what is it called?
Something like that. I don't know, Rick. I've tried to forget about it. I've moved on. How about y'all?
But so we got excited, and we've played back many times the audio. We realize now that we should have, maybe, held in check, not got overly anxious, that we would be part of this 50 shows, Bubba. We find out now not just 30, 50 shows invited to Washington, D.C. Today to do their show. Some of them that we feel like we outranked, and we are not there. Even though we were invited by Sean Hannity, we found out later that he also invited Phil Valentine in Nashville. Phil has his credentials, and he is there. You'll hear in what we're about to play, our credentials.
What have y'all done?
Didn't happen. Well, this is it. Look, I see right here. Here's Louise. I see her in.
I want to move on.
In Tennessee, they're ready. This is it. This is it being put
Louis,
through.
see, I agree with you.
This is it. This is closure. Okay, we will play this and we'll be done with it.
And we're not mentioning it again. Right.
This is it.
Look, washing our hands of it.
Right.
Is that it?
Speedy, go ahead.
This is James. come there too.
Now that...
You guys, wherever I go, there so shall Rick and Bubba be. That's my motto.
I'll try for a little bit longer, and maybe you'll get a call turning this around. I'm sorry, Kai.
Sean, hey, Rick and Bubba here, buddy. Just wanted you to know we got everything done for Washington tomorrow, but we're having a hard time getting credentials. So we had the plane, had everything done, and couldn't get credentials to get to come see you tomorrow. So just wanted you to know. Over. Put it to bed. That'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll do it. Losers. Speedy, great job.
Thank
Can
you.
I compliment you on that?
Well done. Well done. Well done.
We'll be back in a moment with
Rick and Bubba's in Ohio.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Pass the gravy, please.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Ooh, it brings me to my knees.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
I can't start another
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
day without 'em, brother.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Ooh, there is no other.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Waking on their blubber.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Gonna be a big star.
Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Fat will get